So today's video is going to be a little bit different, so don't click off yet. I'm not actually going to be painting, but I'm going to be doing a creative activity with my used-to-be Christmas tree. I want to be a little transparent with you guys. Like many of us, I've been struggling to stay positive, just feeling blech. And it's winter, so I normally feel blech this time of year, except this year it's more blech because it's the Damn-demic is happening, and you know, it's hard to just maintain the motivation and maintain the energy, the positive energy. About a month from now, in February, there are two fairly major events in my life. One is, you know, Valentine's Day, because I'm married and I love my husband after 36 years. It's great. But also, my birthday is the day after Valentine's Day, February 15. I was born 3 minutes after midnight, so I almost made the you know, February 14th, but not quite. So I started thinking, well, you know, usually it's my birthday. Like, looking forward to my birthday often gets me through January because there's, you know, Valentine's Day and birthday's coming. But then I'm like, well, we probably won't be able to do anything or go anywhere. And I was like, meh. And then it sort of, started putting the pieces together and realized, instead of taking down my Christmas tree, what if I covered it in things that mattered to me? I stripped all the Christmas ornaments off of it. So what was left was a little burlap string, some beading, some just sort of funky string, a few colorful branches. I didn't take the angel off. Instead of taking her down totally, I added hope in the center and some pearl, like micro string beads, sort of cascading. And now I like her. I never really loved her on my Christmas tree. So I just put the word hope in her hands instead of a Christmas wreath. And I like that. And that really speaks to me because I need hope right now. So I'm going to actually now grab the camera and take you on a little tour of what's already there. And then I'm going to put more on the tree. So this is my tour. So I'm going to show you my angel up close. So basically it's bare, except it does have does have some beads and garlands and some burlap, that kind of thing. But otherwise, there's no ornaments on it. So the ornaments we're going to do together today. I also decided I needed artwork underneath. So I'll just take a peek. So there's different various artworks that I've done. And this is actually my wedding veil underneath the tree. So there's your close-up look with the camera moving. So now I'm going to decorate and I'll explain some of the ornaments to you. I have this, I just happen to have it. This stuff I'm going to put on the tree are just things that matter to me or that spoke to me as I walked around my house and looked at various little cubbies and drawers full of stuff, memorabilia. So the word dream has always been something that I like to inspire in myself and in others. So it's kind of a life word for me. So of course you can't really hang this, but I can sort of set it here. All good. You saw my wedding veil. This is my wedding tiara that I wore in the 80s. I'm an 80s lady. Set it in there. Pretty. I also wanted to put a few things on the tree that remind me of my kids. So this is just happens to be a card I came across. I didn't look through everything in my house totally, but this is one card from my youngest, actually. That says, I couldn't ask for a mother that's more supportive, kind, fun, and beautiful. You're an amazing mom and a wonderful friend. Loved. And I just, this is one of the cards that really meant a lot to me. Can you tell? Just the words really spoke to me. So I know it's large, but I don't care. It's going on the tree. So it can still show. Look at that. That's beautiful. My other son, not as much for words, but he's such a cutie. And this is one of my favorite pictures of him, my oldest Jeremy. And so I wanted to put that on my tree as well, just to really remind me of him. This is a picture of my youngest when he was like 2 or 3, I think, Travis. So the one that goes with this card, so I'm going to put his picture near the card. Isn't he cute? Such a cutie. I'll show you the whole tree later, bit by bit. These are a couple charms with my oldest as a baby. There we go. I call him, his name's Jeremy, I call him Jer Bear. My other son's name is Travis. Put the other Jer Bear up here. And then this is a keychain I found of a whole family when my youngest was a baby. And I just always love this picture. You can tell it's very 90s. I'm just going to put it up near the top. It's already looking like my birthday tree, or I don't. This doesn't seem narcissistic, but it's my tree. It's all about me, man. It's all about me. It's my art, my tree, my mementos of life, my things that matter to me. It feels like me. But then I realize, you know, when you're going through a rough time, you kind of have to. It's almost therapeutic just to do this for me and to be okay with doing it for me. So a few other things. I used to be part of Cocktails and Canvas, which was a business that kind of went defunct, but in 2018 actually. But as part of that business, we did paint and sip parties. So one of the artists that worked for me just gave me a really nice note. She said that meeting me had changed her in wonderful ways, and she's more confident than she's been in a long time, and she feels at peace. I remember rereading this a number of times, and it has always meant a lot to me. It's the only time in my life I've ever had employees, so maybe again someday if this Damn-demic ever lifts, but for now it's a beautiful memory, and so I wanted this to be on my tree. This is an article in the newspaper on Prelude Picnic and all that jazz from I think 2 summers ago, and it has my picture and a few of the other artists that were there. And it was a fundraiser for the KW Symphony, and music's my other love. So I really was happy to give back for this event, and I brought other artists with me, and we painted live while the live jazz music was playing. So it was a really fun day, and I don't very often get in the paper. I mean, I know I've been in the paper a few other times, but this one was really special. Let's put it here. A year ago last fall, I was in an 80s show. I was part of Grand Harmony Chorus, and so this was really such a fun experience. It was my first time doing a show with them as a baritone, so I like to sing as well. So this means a lot to me. I didn't know how to hang it, so I'm just going to nestle it, and it's going to stay. Yeah, put it down here. And while I'm on the subject of Grand Harmony Barbershop Chorus, this was a 2019 ornament that was given to me that was handmade, and says GH on it, and with the G as kind of a treble clef, so it's kind of cute. So I'm going to put it near this totally rad 80s art show, like that. So now is when I start to really get to have fun. I had this phase, creatively speaking, where I did a lot of art pours. And if you know about pours, it's when you pour paint and the colors just organically mix and create interesting patterns and organic movement. And I love that kind of art that's kind of like accidental, but there's a lot of skill involved too. So when you pour, there's paint that runs off the edge of your canvas, and I have a silicone mat on the desk I use for pouring. And so when all is said and done, there's there's paint that lands on that silicone mat, and because it's silicone, I can just peel them off. That's what a lot of these are. They just create really fun, random sort of cool shapes and organic sort of movement that I just love. So then I thought, hey, I can just glue gun some string onto it. I put a few stickers for fun on some of them, and I can decorate my birthday tree. So I'm just going to put a few of them up on my tree. Okay, so I fast forwarded parts of that for you. So I've got all my funky art board drippings on my tree, and I'm already loving it. I also use a lot of found objects in my art. I love these kind of shells and iridescence that you find. And this just happened to be a string of things that I thought I was always going to embed in a painting, but I never did. So I thought, they'd make a good decoration. These are old CDs that I was always going to use for something in my art room, but never got around to it. So I thought, hey, why not make ornaments out of them? So they're all kind of different, but I love that they reflect light really well. Now these sequins are the kind that you can make designs with. So if you wanted to, you could go knit, 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 or you could knit, knit, or you could leave it all turquoise, or you could put stripes in it. You could draw a heart in it or whatever. So I thought, hey, they would be really pretty on my tree as well. Put some beads in a few of the centers of a few of the CDs, just because that's really cool. Those are all my homemade ones. Then I looked through some of other things that I have that are either Christmas ornaments or whatever. If they spark joy or I think they're beautiful, I'm just going to use them. So I like this gal. She's really cute. I'm kind of a jewelry fanatic. You probably notice I usually wear jewelry when I'm not painting anyways. So I thought, a few jewels. Set of wings, angel wings. Some of these jewelry pieces are very old. And just things that I loved as a young adult. This one has a gift from my mom, and it has all kinds of musical instruments. These were earrings that were my mom's. This is a charm bracelet I got as a teenager. This is a gold watch my husband bought me when we were first married. This is the last gift that I bought for my mom before she passed away. She passed away a couple weeks after her birthday, which is very close to mine. And this is a locket with her picture on one side and mine on the other. And it's very special to me. This is a little puppy brooch that I had as a kid. I don't remember who bought it for me, but I remember wearing it and feeling like I'm such a grown-up because I had my own brooch. So silly, I know, but it's how it felt to me. This is a memento from Alaska, my very last travel before COVID. This is my Romancing the Tone ornament. I am part of a quartet, which came out of Grand Harmony. The four ladies in my quartet are amazing. If you haven't heard my quartet, feel free to go ahead and look up Romancing the Tone on Facebook or YouTube, and you will find me there. This is an actual Christmas ornament, but it doesn't maybe look like one. It's of a saxophone, and I got it from a close friend that was in a band with me, along with my husband and my husband's brother, and another close friend of ours. For about 7 years, I think we were together. We were called 5 Speed, and that was an amazing band and an amazing experience as a vocalist and musician. This, I just came across it. It's, I think it's a flamingo. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just so fun that I'm like, I've got to put this on here somewhere. This is an ornament. This is actually also a Christmas ornament. It says cat. It has a little fishy. And I have a cat. His name is Slink. He was laying under the tree, but he isn't anymore. But I love my kitty cat, so I thought this had to go on my tree. This is a Lisa Gollum art button. Because this is the latest development in my career, and I'm having a great time at it, I thought my Lisa Gollum art pin had to go on here somewhere. So let's actually pin it on here. There, Lisa Gollum art. Ha ha! So everything else that I have in the box is just pretty things that I like. A little less of meaning and more of, I just think this is gorgeous, so it has to go on my tree because I love it. It brings me joy. This is one of my glitzy necklaces. Like I say, I like glitz and glitter. This says, memories and love bind our hearts together. This is a hummingbird, and it says, enjoy the sweet nectar of life. And I like to do that. So I thought, this has to go on my tree. This says, our home is made of love and dreams, and it's a dream catcher. Should go near the dream. And I like butterflies. This is just a brooch that I have. It's a butterfly, and I've always liked the idea of regeneration and life that is a butterfly. My actual word for the year is heart. And that is because I want to connect my heart to my art more in 2021. This is going to go right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the grand tour. So there you have it. My birthday, Valentine's, celebration, Damn-demic uplift tree. I know it's not a painting. I know it's not a tutorial, except you can do this too. Even if you've put your tree away, how hard are they to set up? Set up your tree again, do that. Or any plants you have in the house, you can hang things on. Make a display of the things that matter to you to hang on to during this time of lockdown or isolation. I want you to be okay. And I want to be okay too. These are crazy things. I don't even want to say these are crazy times. Everybody says that, and they are. But they also have beauty and opportunity, peace and silence that maybe we don't normally have. And opportunities to look deep within ourselves for different ways that we can bless each other, bless ourselves, grow, change, improve our condition, improve our attitude, any of those things. We have the power inside of us to do that. We have the choice to be able to be more creative, take a course, do more journaling, things that we don't take time to do in our busyness in our normal lives. I mean, if you're still working 40-hour weeks and going out of the house, this may be not quite as applicable to you. You may not have the time, but some of us are kind of stuck in our house. And I just wanted to sort of lend a voice to sort of give you another idea, another way of thinking about it, and another creative exploration to do. Make it your own. Share in the comments if you did anything like this, or if you like this idea, this birthday tree. I don't care when your birthday is. Hey, drag out your Christmas tree and decorate it with all the things that mean something to you. And I'll have to let you know in the coming weeks and months, if this tree really is meaningful every time I look at it. And I suspect it will be. I suspect it'll be a comfort to me. And a reminder of why I do the things I do, of why I'm here. So I hope this wasn't too long and too weird for you. And I hope it blessed you. Please come back next week. I promise I'll paint next week. And peace and love to all of you. Love you. Bye-bye.